So this is the great wheel here for the strike side. We have our click here and our click spring, which is, I can't emphasize how pivotal this click spring is, that it's not fatiguing, that whoever the winder is. And, you know, I mean, the cost of restoring a clock like this is high enough. And we could go to an automatic electric type winder, but I'm not sure, you know, the money's there and they want to spend the money. And frankly, I like the idea of having people that are participants in the community coming in, taking care of the clock after we've undergone a restoration. So, but some of these are pivotal because, again, if that fails, and when someone is winding this and it starts going backward and it doesn't stop, it can take somebody's arm off or break their ribs or kill them, literally. So one has to be very mindful when winding that each click, each ratchet that click goes into, and almost stand winding it and watching it happening and doing it slow. I mean, it's going to be difficult enough doing the wind. So just a quick look here. So here's the winding arbor here, which we have a lot of play in. And look, I'm moving it on this side. Look at the play here. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a lot of teeth reduction. So it's like grinding your teeth at night for years. And that's what's going to happen. So there'll be a point where the two mating surfaces of this gear and this gear are not going to mate well, and they're going to grind each other to oblivion, and there won't be a good wind. But you can see what's happening. So we're winding. This is our winding gear here. So it's winding this large gear on the center of this shaft. So it's actually winding it and winding the cable around it, pulling the weights up from through the wall, winding the cable when we're winding this gear to this gear. And it's a gear reduction. So the gear reduction makes life easier on us doing the wind. So we're able to do the wind because it's what I have no idea. It could be a 400, 500 pound weight sitting down at the bottom of the chute. So we go from here, and this is on an arbor or axle, and it's anchored to both sides. We want to see how worn it is. And this gear with the cable on it starts turning this pinion, which is attached. Oh, here we go. See, that's dried oil, and that's what we don't want, increasing the friction. So this gear is doing two things. It's running through the shaft here, and here's where your rack is. So here's a rack with 12 teeth on it, probably 13 teeth, but 12 teeth that are going to be recognized. And, you know, so here's your, this locks your rack in. Here's your rack lock. And you're seeing on this shaft, these two pivot points here, these two attachment points, they are going to do, number one, one's going to do the top of the hour, and number two, it's going to be a one ring bell for the half hour. And that's what regulates it right here. So then you have the outer wheel here, which I'm getting more grease on, is attached to this pinion, is mating with this pinion, and that's where it hooks up with the time side. So this is all the strike side of the mechanism. Here, it powers through here and is regulating into the time side of the movement.